so bad, my self-esteem damn bad. I gotta keep on chugging. Ran through everything in front of me, might smoke bed in heaven. Got a whole agenda, can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all but not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch I step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch how I touch down, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits.
Alright guys, it's another beautiful day in South Florida on a weekday evening right after I get off of work here. I decided to come outside before I go to the gym and get back to doing some homework and try to get some stuff done on the car. So this is what I'm going to be working on. I'm basically going to be trying to put my clutch master cylinder. I don't know where mine went. I misplaced it. So there's actually a kind of like a way that I get around that when I'm like working on other people's stuff, like for their builds. And basically what I do is I order like motorcycle reservoirs for the master cylinders on these, because what happens is like to get like an OEM on like an Integra one, they don't really make them anymore. And if you go on eBay, used ones are like 50-60 bucks, and then usually if they're like 30 bucks, it's like plus shipping. These motorcycle reservoirs are usually like $10, like with free shipping, and they look the same. Like, let me show you. So like as you can see here I got a new one. It was actually going to be for a client for the K-hatch that I'm working on. It's not really a client, it's like a friend of mine. Yeah, so this one was going to be for his build, but because I'm trying to get my car done, his car isn't really going to be done anytime soon. I just figured I'd go ahead and use this, and then we'll just go ahead and order him another one since they're cheap enough. So basically this will just end up getting mounted like, I'm thinking like right here, and then the hose is going to actually reach perfectly down there, so we're going to go ahead and replace that. So I've already gone ahead and disconnected the clamp here, so this should be, yep, there we go, it's already out. And then so what I want to do, let me see, yeah, so this guy's just gonna go on here just like that, and then that'll basically go right there like that. Sitting like that. Let me finish snugging it up and then we'll check it out and see how it ends up. Alright, and there you go guys. It actually looks a lot cleaner than having the factory one, because the factory one has the bigger bracket where it takes up like both the bowl holes right here. But
With this one, it's kind of clean, it's out of the way. You know, it just looks a lot smaller, sleeker. Just looks a lot better. And the only way that you can get better than that is if you have the one that's actually mounted to the master cylinder, but that would actually make it more of a pain if you ever have to like mess with like the line and stuff. So I think this will look a lot better. And yeah, the way you find these is you just go on eBay and you type in like eBay clutch master reservoir or brake fluid reservoir, same thing. And you just find like a little universal one. They're like 10 bucks with free shipping.
All right, so now that that's out the way, I guess what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and jack the car up. I need to do there's some stuff that I gotta do still to the driver's side wheel here. I gotta jack that up, and I have to connect the brake line, and I'm just gonna double check the bolts and everything because I don't remember if I was the one that put that together. It could have been one of my friends. And sometimes we leave stuff by hand, like if we know that we're gonna go back in there. So I'm just gonna double check and make sure that everything is torqued, and then after that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep working on this side and see what else I can get done. I don't think I'll have time to take off the front bumper and stuff like that. That's probably gonna have to be another day. Probably, I don't know, maybe Thursday or maybe, well, Friday. I actually have another project that you guys are gonna be seeing. That's probably gonna be like a 3-part series. So I'm probably not gonna be able to work on this until at least next week. And then maybe I'll have her done hopefully by the weekend. So yeah, so let's see, need radiator, obviously, radiator hoses, our distributor is missing right there, and then obviously all my intercooler piping and everything for the turbo. And I need to figure out this thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack it up. I'm gonna go ahead and double check that suspension, and I'm gonna look for the belts. I'm gonna see if I can find the belts and knock all that out because I have to jack the car up and get under there anyways. So if I can get all this situated right here, then that'll be great. That'll basically knock my goals out for today. And then yeah, like if I can just get that accomplished today, I'll be happy. The rest of the stuff, it is what it is. We'll just keep at it little by little. And then I still need to get in here. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna end up taking that out and getting a helicoil. So I'll go to like O'Reilly's or something and I'll grab a helicoil kit. And once I open this up, I can go in there, I can tap it, put a helicoil insert in there, and then I should be able to use the same bolt as long as I get the right size for everything. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So let's get to work and see how far I can get.
Man, so what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Well, not welcome back. This is actually the outro to this week's video. Oh man, it is late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Got home from school a little bit ago. That's why so I'm looking all fancy and dressed up, because for whoever's interested or whoever cares, I actually go to school for business admin, trying to get my BA in finance. So that's what my professional career looks like, aside from working on cars and stuff like that on the side. Basically, the reason I'm filming this is because it's been kind of hard to keep up with my car. There's just been so many projects and so much other stuff going on. So like y'all seen in this video was pretty much just a full-on update of just working on this car, just jacking it up, getting the suspension and everything done. The way my videos are set up, I edit and upload everything at least a week ahead of time. So whatever you're seeing in the videos is usually about a week, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the past. So everything that you saw there was probably recorded was from like 2 weeks ago, and I just got around to editing it. And then so now I'm gonna go ahead and catch you guys up with my car, because there's like so many other projects and stuff like that I've been working on. Like the following video after this one, I'm gonna go ahead and release. It's gonna be the first of many parts of the series with sorry, that was a giant spider. There was like a huge, like 5-6 inch spider that just like crawled on my wall, and it just like went behind my fence. So as for you, Shane, I know how much you love your spiders. But yeah, so like I was saying, Gabriel's car has been keeping me hella busy, and that's one of the reasons why it's been kind of hard to record my car, because I've been dying to get my car like done, but I just haven't really wanted to invest the time in filming and stuff like that, because filming does take up a lot of time. So I've just kind of been getting everything done on my car, and it looks quite a bit different. I do have some more footage of like the way we installed the intercooler and stuff like that. There still is some more work that's gotta get done. It might get filmed, I'm not 100% sure. But the series that I'm starting with Gabriel's car, there's like so much footage. It's probably gonna be easily like 3 to 4 episodes, like minimum. And right now it's what, October 10th or 11th, and he wants to build his other car, which is an EF 4-door, throughout the month of November. So basically, as soon as I get done with his Integra, there's another motor that we have that we're gonna start building. More than likely, well, not more than likely, we've already decided that it's gonna be a boost setup. It's gonna be NLS VTEC. I don't want to get too into the details. We've already kind of started looking at parts, so we'll start ordering parts and stuff, and I'll start recording that soon. So you guys should probably be seeing that in like the next month or so. As far as my car, let me show you where we're at right now. So this is what we're looking at with my car. A lot of the stuff looks the same. I can't remember if the last time I showed this off, if I showed the power steering pump and everything installed. So power steering pump is installed, radiator is installed in place, and then there's also new piping. I have it inside because I'm actually wrapping the piping with like forged carbon, and then I also decided I'm gonna try my hand at wrapping this in forged carbon. If it doesn't come out good though, I'm gonna go back to my original gloss black idea. And then so we ended up installing the catch can over here. I ended up making this custom bracket for it, so it is bolted right there. And then you can see the lines here. I got the little purple separators there to match the dress up kit. The bumper isn't lined up yet, The bumper used to be lined up before I changed the intercooler piping, but now that it's got the new intercooler piping, the way that I mounted the intercooler in this car, you can see I have the Mishimoto right there. I don't know if you can see through here, you see all the new piping and stuff. So basically right here, you see that bracket and stuff, my bumper's actually hitting the intercooler. So I gotta take the bumper off and I gotta start grinding down a bunch of the stuff. Like on the back side, I wanna try to keep that grill as intact as possible, because I don't really like the way that these bumpers look without the grill. So I'm gonna try my best to grind as much from the back and keep the grill intact. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we're pretty much there. Once I finish wrapping up this piping, I'll go ahead and route the piping in through there. And this lower radiator hose is already connected. I just have to find the upper and connect it. That'll be the last thing once the piping and everything is done and out of the way. And then distributor spark plug wires. I want to get new lines for this and for the wastegate. Well, that's for the wastegate, and I need a new line for the blow off, because my blow off used to be right here behind the bumper, which was pretty cool because it used to echo really loud off the ground. But now with the new piping, it's gonna sit where it's normally supposed to sit, which is like right here. So I'm gonna need to route that behind the intake manifold to a T that sits like right over there. That T basically goes to the boost gauge to the back of the manifold there. And I want to change, if I don't change all the wiring, I definitely want to change the terminal, but I do want to change the wiring. I'm gonna have to go to Napa, get some I want to get some red wire for this. This wire is fine here. I might cut it a little shorter just so it's like right there, and then I want to make this a little shorter, more straight also. But I have to connect the alternator wire and I have to connect the starter wire right here. But that's all really dumb stuff. It's all minor stuff. I mean, most of the major stuff is done. And I got this cool new Mugen cap for that. Since I got the Mugen wing, I'm gonna try to make everything as Mugen as possible. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. So I'm gonna leave you guys there. I'm gonna close out the video, and yeah, so the next video you guys will start seeing the start of Gabriel's Integra, and it's honestly probably one of the cleanest and one of my favorite builds that I've ever done. And it probably has a lot to do with how we've kind of kept everything. I've always been that kind of guy. I'm not really a race car builder, although don't get it twisted. Some of the cars that we're going to be building on this channel are going to be pretty race inspired. I'm kind of on the borderline of thinking the green hatch that we're putting the K in, we might go a little more on the drag side versus like street driven on that one. Mainly because I just have a feeling that the owner isn't really gonna drive that car much. He's gonna give me free reign and let me do whatever I want to do with that car. Obviously he's gonna enjoy it and stuff too, but he even told me before the track closed here in Palm Beach that once the car got done for it to get driven, it would be me driving it. He didn't even want to drive it on the track. But yeah, so there's a lot of builds coming in. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, share, and that way I can start gaining subscribers and followers and stuff like that. And you know, we can share my whole journey, everything that I learned and everything with more people. The more people, the merrier. So and I look forward to being able to start traveling here soon. I know in the next year I wanted to go to FL2K and cover that, but found that I was going to be in Gainesville and it just wasn't going to be possible. Bradenton would have been a little bit more doable for me. But next year, March, is going to be Texas 2K, and I'll see if I'm able to make it to that. I do know we have Week Fest coming up,
I know in this video we showed the Desertland show, which is by Elite Tuner. At the end of October, they're gonna be having Week Fest at the Palm Beach County Convention Center, so I will be there and I'll be covering that and I'll be uploading it to this channel so you guys can check it out. Yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up. Catch you guys in the next one.